Here's the thing. A lot of people spend money to look wealthy, but that doesn't actually mean that you're rich. I mean, look at your social media platform and just scroll through. Look at all the posts that convey wealth by the items that they have, the purses that they've bought, the shoes that they bought, the clothes that they wear, the car that they drive, the vacations that they're on. And you would think, wow, these people are rich. But what if I told you most of that was actually financed through debt, financed through credit card, or either they probably leased that car, they don't own it outright. Now, what is actual true wealth? In this video, I'm going to break down the difference between the illusion of wealth and true financial security. You'll learn why high consumption often leads to debt and why real millionaires focus on saving, investing instead of flashy purchases. Discover how to avoid the trap of lifestyle inflation and start building the financial freedom you deserve. So, let's get to it. Let's first start with the illusion of wealth. You've seen it. You see it pretty much every day. The social media posts showing the lifestyle of jet skiing around the world with the nice pictures that you see of the individual just living up life like no care in the world. They have the nice fancy clothes, the nice shoes, the nice cars, the nice watches, the nice purse, the nice bags, and you're saying to yourself, gosh, these individuals must be rich. But in reality, most of it is financed through debt, and most of it is financed through the use of credit cards. And they're living beyond their means, trying to portray a lifestyle that they actually don't have. And it's a sad condition to be in, but we find ourselves in that condition at times when we forget what true wealth actually is. So, what is true wealth? True wealth is not about what you buy, it's not about what you have. It is about how well you save and how well you invest and how well you build that future for yourself. And not just for yourself, but building that legacy. Now, a lot of people get it confused. I've worked with individuals that are wealthy, and I can tell you that they didn't care about talking to me about the items that they have. They didn't care about the car that they had. Majority of them didn't even have cars that you would consider to be fancy, to be nice, to be elegant. They were just simple cars that got them to point A to point B, and they were just fine with that. And a lot of times, the conversations that we had was about legacy, was about estate planning, was about building investment strategies to generate more income, to grow their wealth even more. That was the conversation we were having. I worked for Vanguard as an investment advisor, and the clients that I spoke to, they didn't care about the high ticket items. They didn't care about what new product trend that's out there that they can purchase and show off online. They didn't care about that. So, what does real wealth actually look like? You see, real wealth doesn't involve high consumption, high ticket items, the nice clothes, the nice shoes, the nice car. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you can't have those things. But if you're buying those things to communicate or to indicate to everybody else that you're wealthy, well, the truth is, the people that are wealthy, they actually don't care if you think that they're wealthy. As a matter of fact, they're not going out their way to try to communicate to you that they're actually wealthy. They know the status that they're in, they know the position that they're in life, and they're okay with that. And they're not concerned whether you know it or not. Truly wealthy people, they're not trying hard to impress you. They live below their means, focus on saving and investing, and they focus on building true wealth. And in doing so, they're really great at defense. And I'll talk about that later on. See, a lot of us focus on the offense. The offense is generating that high income so that we can be able to live the lifestyle that we want. Which brings me to the next topic, which is lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is the lifestyle of increasing your spending as your income increases. See, some people are really great at offense, really, really great at offense, but they sucked at defense. Defense being they weren't good at saving, they weren't good at investing, but they were really, really good at making that money to spend. And usually when they did that, they ended up overspending, maximizing their credit card, getting into credit card debt, and getting stuck in credit card debt in this death spiral, I call it. And it's easy to do that when you have the mindset of the lifestyle inflation where, oh, nice, I'm making more money this year. Guess what? Instead of you increasing your savings, you increase your spending. You're doing it backwards. When you have a high income and you've increased your income year over year, you don't increase your consumption. You increase your investing. You increase your savings. Because now you're in that nice position where you're able to generate income and you're able to turn around and have that income that you generate start generating more income for you through savings and investing and building something. But instead, a lot of us fall into the lifestyle trap by earning more money and then using that money to portray a lifestyle that we actually don't have. How do you break out of this? Well, you gotta understand what real wealth is and what material possession is. Just because you have a high income doesn't mean that you're wealthy. I'll give you a perfect example. I've worked with people that had high incomes that were still living paycheck to paycheck. And the trap they fell into was the illusion that because they have this high income, they can make financial mistakes, they can get into debt, and because of their income, they can get out of it. I've worked with people they were making six-figure income, 100,000 or more, and they were still living paycheck to paycheck. And so, Abdul, well, how can this be? Well, if you are not wise in how you spend that money and you live beyond your means, it doesn't matter how much money you have. You can still end up broke and you can still end up living paycheck to paycheck because all of your money is going out the door, trying to live a lifestyle that you don't really have. And the next thing you know, you're accumulating debt over time. And that debt slowly just pushes you down. That income that you're working hard to get, it just keeps going. And next thing you know, you're just crushed under the weight of debt. So let's avoid that by changing our mindset. Here's how we change our mindset. Number one, we think about playing good defense. Instead of you putting your income towards spending, see how much money you can actually keep at the end of the month, because that's where the true wealth lies. How much money can you keep at the end of the month? How much money can you invest? And how much money can you grow over time? Not through you working, but through you investing. So let's talk about the key to long-term wealth. Building wealth isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It takes time, it takes discipline, it takes patience, and it takes you being strategic about what you do with your money. Few people build that kind of wealth that is able to be passed on to the next generation, because a lot of times it's squandered through consumption. But if you take the long-term approach and focus on saving, investing, and building real wealth through those actions, over time, what you're going to see is not only your wealth accumulate, your lifestyle is going to change. But it's not going to change in the way of you consuming more. The lifestyle is going to change where you're going to have peace. And that peace is called financial peace. You're not going to stress out about money. You're not going to stress out about the next paycheck. When is it going to come in to be able to cover your bills? You're going to look at your account and say, I'm okay. I'm good. I don't have to worry about some catastrophic financial thing happening because I have the funds to be able to cover it. And you're going to be able to enjoy life even more because you have that financial peace. You're not worried about work. The investments that you have are working for you. They're building wealth for you. And all you have to do is be consistent, stay disciplined, save, invest, and don't live the false lifestyle of quote unquote being rich by spending money on materialistic things. You don't need to do that. So let's go on to the next factor, which is the people you are around do matter. Now, the friends that you have are either there to help you build wealth over time, or either there to encourage you, or they're there to encourage you to spend. You're trying to keep, oh man, you can't keep up, you can't spend. That's another, that's what they're saying. You can't keep up, you can't spend. We're trying to go on this vacation. You don't want to come? Or why? Because you can't afford it? Put on a credit card. If your friends are encouraging you to do that, keep your distance. I'm not saying don't be friends with them and put them off to the side, but if they're not there to help you grow, then yeah, you may want to consider the friends that you have. You may want to keep your distance. Maybe you just do certain things with them, and that's okay. But you have to be strategic with the friends that you have, because the friends that you have are there to help you stay disciplined. The friends that you have are there to help you grow. The friends that you have are there to help you improve. They're not there to keep you down. If you share the goal of, hey, guys, I want to work towards getting out of debt, and they're like, oh, if they're discouraging you from doing that, or they're telling you, hey, you can't get out of debt, you might want to consider the friends you have. Because if I was to go up to my friends and say, hey, I want to get out of debt, trust me, they're like, all right, bet. What's your plan? What's your game plan? And we'll talk about it. But if your friends are the opposite and are telling you, hey, yeah, that's not going to happen, good luck with that, and you want to go to the strip with us, like, no. Find new friends. That's the reality, right? Because you have a greater goal and a greater vision for your life, for your future, for your kids, for your family. And if you're surrounding yourself with people that are not going to help you get there, then yeah, you might need to find some new crowds to hang out with. So let's go ahead and talk about shifting the mindset or the focus. Okay, so shifting the mindset and the focus is something key that you have to have, right? Your mindset is everything. So if you have the mindset of high consumption, I'm sorry, you're going to consume. If you have the mindset of, I'm not going to be a consumer, I'm going to be a producer, you're going to produce. So the next time you see someone with the like the flashy clothes with the nice car, say, okay, that's nice. I don't care about that stuff. I'm working on building wealth. I'm working on building generational wealth. That's my focus. And I'm going to stay disciplined and focus on that. Now, I'm not saying don't have nice things. I'm not saying don't enjoy the income that you're having. I'm saying, hey, enjoy the income that you're having now by being disciplined and saving and investing, and you will enjoy the income tenfold later on once your investments grow for you and generate the income that you're going to need to be able to sustain the lifestyle that you want without having debt on your shoulders as a burden. So change your focus. Focus on building financial security. Focus on building your investment, focus on building wealth, focus on building that financial discipline, and focus on the defense, not just the offense. Okay, it's great to have a great income, but it's also great to be disciplined in how you're actually managing that income by saving it, investing it, and growing it. Now, if this hit home, if this is something that resonates with you, make sure you subscribe, because I'm gonna be putting out more videos like this, and I don't want you to miss out on them. And on top of that, I want you to take action. This change doesn't have to happen immediately, because some of this change is a habit that you need to break out of, and breaking out a habit takes time. But be disciplined in making that change. And one thing you can do to encourage you, of course, is, hey, just watch my videos, because my goal is to encourage you to be great. Right? When it comes to your personal finance, I mean, it's so wonderful when I'm speaking to someone and they're telling me about their dreams, and I know that their dreams are being made possible because they did the thing that a lot of people choose not to do. Invest, save, stay disciplined, live below their means. If you do that, you're going to be fine.